scenes 20 and 21 of Faust. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Faust, Part 1, by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Translated by Bayard Taylor. Scene 20. Cathedral. Service, organ, and anthem. Margaret among much people, the evil spirit behind Margaret.
How otherwise was it, Margaret, when thou still listenest here to the altar keeps, and from the worn and fingered book thy prayers didst prattle, half sport of childhood, half God within thee? Margaret, where tends thy thought? Within thy bosom what if cry? Pray'st thou for mercy on thy mother's soul, that fell asleep to long, long torment, and through thee? Upon thy threshold who's the blood, and stirreth not and quickens something beneath thy heart, thy life disquieting with most foreboding presence.
Woe, woe, would I were free from the thoughts that cross me, drawing hither and thither despite me.
Sound of the organ.
Wrath takes thee, the trumpet peals, the graves tremble, and thy heart from ashy rest to fiery torments now again requickened throbs to life.
Would I were forth, I feel as if the organ here my breath takes from me, my very heart dissolved by the anthem. I cannot breathe. The massy pillars imprison me. The vaulted arches crush me. Air!
Hide thyself. Sin and shame stay never hidden. Air, light, woe to thee. They turn their faces, the glorified, from thee. The pure their hands to offer, shuddering refuse thee. Woe!
Neighbour, you're cordial.
She falls in a swoon. Scene 21. Walpurgis, the Harz Mountains. District of Schierke and Eland.
Dost thou not wish a broomstick's deeds existence? The stardiest heat gold I would gladly see. The way we take, our goal is yet some distance.
So long as in my legs I feel the fresh existence, this knotted staff suffices me. What need to shorten so the way? Along this labyrinth of vales to wander, then climb the rocky ramparts yonder, where from the fountain flings eternal spray. Is such delight my steps would fain delay. The springtime stirs within the fragrant birches, and even the fir tree feels it now. Should then our limbs escape its gentle searches?
I notice no such thing, I bow. It is winter still within my body. Upon my path I wish for frost and snow. How sadly rises, incomplete and ruddy, the moon's lone disk with its belated glow, and lights so dimly that as one advances, at every step one strikes a rock or tree. Let us then use a jack-o'-lantern's glances. I see one yonder, burning merry. Oh dear, my friend, I will lever thine attendant. Why waste so vainly thy resplendence? Be kind enough to light us up the street.
Will-o'-the-wisp.
My reverence, I hope, will be enabled to curb my temperament unstable, for zigzag courses we are wont to keep.
Indeed, he would like mankind to imitate. Now in the devil's name go stray, or I'll blow out his being's flickering spark.
You are the master of the house, I mark, and I shall try to serve you nicely. But then reflect, the mountain's magic mad today, and if the will-o'-the-wisp must guide you on the way, you mustn't take things too precisely.
in alternating song.
We, it seems, have entered newly in the sphere of dreams enchanted.
To the feeling guide us truly, that our feet forwards planted in the vast days of spaces.
See them swiftly changing places, trees on trees beside us trooping, and the crags above us stooping, and the rocky snouts outgrowing. Hear them snoring, hear them blowing.
O'er the stones the grass is flowing, stream and streamlet seek the hollow. Hear I noises, songs that follow, hear I tender love petitions.
Voices of those heavenly visions, sounds of hope of love and die, and the echoes like traditions of all days come faint and hollow.
Shoo, shoo, near a harbor, jay and screech owl and the plover.
Are they all awake and cry? Is the salamander pushes, floated belly through the bushes.
And the roots like serpents twisted through the sand, and boulders toiling, brightest, weirdest links uncoiling to entrap us unresisted.
Living knots and gnarls uncanny, filled with polypus and tenny. For the wanderer mice are flying, thousand-colored bird-wise flying, through the moss and through the heather.
And the fireflies wink and darkle, crowded swamps that soar and sparkle, and in wildering escort gather.
Tell me if we still are standing, or if further we're ascending. All is turning, whirling, blending, trees and rocks with grinning faces, wandering lights that spin in mazes, still increasing and expanding.
Grasp my scarred with heart undaunted. Here a middle peak is planted, whence one sees with a maid, mammoth in the mountain glade.
How strangely glimmers through the hollows a dreary light like that of dawn. Its exhalation tracks and follows the deepest gorges, faint and wan. Here steam, there rolling vapors sweepeth. Here burns the glow through film and haze. Now like a tender thread it creepeth, now like a fountain leaps and plays. Here winds away, and in 100 divided veins the valley braids. There in a corner, pressed and sundered, itself detaches, spreads and fades. Here gush the sparkles incandescent, like scattered showers of golden sand. But see, in all their height at present, the rocky ramparts blazing stand.
Has not some mammoth grandly lighted his palace for his festive night? It is lucky thou hast seen the sight, the boisterous guests approach that were invited.
How raves the tempest through the air, with what fierce blows upon my neck 'tis beating.
Under the old reefs of the rock retreating, hold fast, lest thou be hurled down the abysses there. The night with the mist is black. Hark how the forests grind and crack. Hearken, the pillars are shattered. The evergreen palaces shaking, boughs are groaning and breaking. The tree trunks terribly thunder, the roots are twisting asunder. In frightfully intricate crashing, each on the other is dashing. And over the extreme gorges, the tempest whistles and surges. Hear'st thou voices higher ringing, far away or nearer singing? Yes, the mountainside along sweeps an infuriate clamoring song.
Witches in chorus.
The witches ride the broken stalk, the stubble is yellow and green the crop. There gathers the crowd for carnivals, or audiences for all. And so they go over stone and stop, the witches lift the buck.
Voiced one.
Alone, old Baba is coming now. She rides upon a pharaoh sow.
Witches chorus.
Then honor the room the honor is due. Lean Baba first to lead the food. Those down and mother thereon, and follow the witches, everyone.
Which way comest thou hither?
Voice two.
Or the Ilsen stone.
I peeped at the owl in her nest alone, how she stared and glared.
Betake thee to hell! Why so fast and so fell?
She has scored and has flayed me. See the wound she has made me.
Witch's chorus.
The way is wide, the way is long. See what a wild and crazy throng. The broom scratches, the forked thrust. The child is stifled, the mother bursts.
Wizard's semi-chorus.
As doth the snail in shell we crawl, before us go the women all. When towards the devil's house we tread, woman's 1,000 steps ahead. We do not measure with such care, woman in 1,000 steps is theft. But howsoe'er she hasten may, man in one leap has cleared the way.
Voice 1 from above.
Come on, from Rocky Lake.
Voice 2 from below.
Aloft, we'd fain ourselves betake. We've washed and are as bright as ever you will, yet we're eternally sterile still.
Both choruses, witches and wizards.
The wind is hushed, the stars shoot by, the dreary moon forsakes the sky.
Magic notes like spark on spark, drizzle, whistle into the dark.
Voice 2 from below.
Halt there! Ho there!
Voice 1 from above.
Who calls from the rocky cleft below there?
Voice 2 from below.
Take me too, take me too! I'm climbing now 300 years, and yet the summit cannot see among my equals I would be.
Both choruses, witches and wizards.
Bears the broom and bears the stock, bears the fork and bears the buck. Who cannot raise himself tonight is evermore ruined white.
Half-witch below.
So long I stumble ill-bestead, and the others are now so far ahead. At home I've neither rest nor cheer, and yet I cannot gain them here.
To cheer the witch will salve a veil, a rag will answer for a sail. Each child whose ship supplies, he ne'er will fly, who now not flies.
Both choruses, witches and wizards.
When round the summit grows on light, then lower and on the ground alight, and far and wide the ever press, with witchful swarms of wantonness.
They settle down.
They crowd and push, they roar and clatter, they whirl and whistle, pour and chatter. They shine and spit, and stink and burn, that through each elementary line. He flows, or we are parted in our time. Where art thou?
In the distance.
Here!
Well, so far astray. Then how's right I must use and clear the way. May groom, square wallet come. Room, gentle rebel, room. Here, doctor, hold to me. In one jump we'll resume, and in your space and from the crowd be free. It is too much even for the like of me. Yonder with special light there is something shining clearer. Within those bushes I have a mind to see. Come on, we'll slip a little nearer.
Spirit of contradiction, on! I'll follow straight. 'Tis planned most wisely if I judge aright. We climb the Brocken's top in the Walpurgis night, that arbitrarily here ourselves we isolate.
But see what motley flame among the heather. There is a lively club together. In smaller circles, one is not alone.
Better the summit I must own. There fire and whirling smoke I see. They seek the evil one in wild confusion. Many enigmas there might find solution.
But their enigmas also not at be. Leave to the multitude their riot. Here will we house ourselves in quiet. It is an old transmitted trait, that in the greater world the little worlds are made. I see start new the young witches congregate, the old ones veiled and hidden shrewdly. On my account be kind, nor treat them rudely. The trouble is small, the fun is great. I hear the noise of instruments attuning, while being yet one must learn to bear the phoning. Come along, it must be I declare. I'll go ahead and introduce thee there. Thine obligation newly earned. That is no little space, what sayest thou, friend? Look yonder, thou canst scarcely see the end. 100 fires along the ranks are burned. They dance, they chat, they cook, they drink, they call. Now well, just tell me, is there better sport?
Wilt thou, to introduce us to the revel, assume the part of wizard or of devil?
I am mostly used, it is true, to go incognito. but on a gala day one may his orders show. The garter does not deck my suit, but honored and at home is here the cloven foot. Perceives thou yonder snake? It cometh slow and steady, so delicately its fingers pry, that it hath scented me already. I cannot here disguise me if I try. But come, we will go from this fire to a newer. I am the go-between, and thou the wooer.
To some who are sitting around dying embers,
Old gentlemen, why at the outskirts? Enter. I'd praise you if I found you snuggling in the center, with youth and revel round you like a jewel. You each at home are quite another load.
General,
Say, who would put his trust in nations? However, for them one may have worse in time. For with the people, as with women, youth always has the upper hand.
Minister,
They're now too far from what is just and sage. I praise the old ones not unduly. When we were all in all then truly, then was the real golden age.
Harvenoon,
We also were not stupid either, and what we should not often did. But now all things have from their bases slid, just as we meant to hold them fast together.
Author,
Who now? A work of moderate sense will read. Such works are held as antiquate and mossy. And as regards the younger folk, indeed, they never yet have been so pert and saucy.
Mephistopheles, who all at once appears very old.
I feel that men are ripe for judgment day. Now for the last time I have the witch's hill ascended, since to the least my cask is drained away. The walls as well must soon be ended.
Huckster Witch,
Ye gentlemen, don't pass me thus. Let not the chance neglected be. Behold my wares attentively. The stock is rare and various, and yet there's nothing I've collected. No shop on earth like this you'll find, which has not once sore hurt inflicted upon the world and on mankind. No daggers here that set not blood to flowing, no cup that hath not once, within a healthy frame, poured speedy death in poison glowing. No gems that have not brought a maid to shame, no sword but severed ties for the unwary, or from behind struck down the adversary.
Gossip, the times thou badly comprehendest. What is done has happened, what haps is done. It were better if for novelties thou sendest. By such alone can we be won.
Let me not lose myself in all this pother. This is a fair as never was another.
The whirlpool swells abroad. Thou art show dicer. It may the show.
But who is that?
No terror special. It is Lilith.
Who?
Adam's first wife is thick. Beware the lure within her lovely tresses, the splendid soul adornment of her hair. When she succeeds therewith a youth to snare, not soon again she frees him from her chases.
Those two, the old one with the young one sitting, they've danced already more than fitting.
No rest tonight for young or old. They start another dance. Come now, let us take hold.
Faust dancing with the young witch.
A lovely dream once came to me. I then beheld an apple tree, and there two fairest apples shone. They lured me so I climbed thereon.
Huckster Witch.
Apples have been desired by you since first in paradise they grew, and I am moved with joy to know that such within my garden grow.
Dancing with the old one.
A desolate dream once came to me. Therein I saw a cloven tree, which had a, yet as it was I fancied it.
Old Witch.
I offer here my best salute unto the knight with a cloven foot. Let him prepare if him does not scare.
Proctophantasmist.
Accursed folk, how dare you venture thus? Had you not, long since, demonstration that ghosts can't stand an ordinary foundation, and now you even dance like one of us.
Huckster Witch. Dancing.
Why does he come then to our ball?
Dancing.
Oh, everywhere on him you fall. When others dance, he weighs the matter. If he can't every step be chatter, then 'tis the same as were the step not made. But if you forwards go, his ire is most displayed, and you would whirl in regular gyration as he does in his dull old mill. He'd show at any rate good will, especially if you heard and heeded his hortation.
You still are here? Nay, 'tis a thing unheard. Vanish at once. You've said the enlightened word. The pack of devils by no rules is daunted. We are so wise, and yet is Tegel haunted. To clear the folly out, now have I swept and stirred. 'Twill ne'er be clean, why, 'tis a thing unheard.
Then cease to bore us at our ball.
I tell you, spirits, to your face, I give to spirit despotism no place. My spirit cannot practice it.
The dance continues.
Naught will succeed, I see amid such revels. Yet something from a tour I always save, and hope, before my last step to the grave, to overcome the poets and the devils.
He now will sit him in the nearest puddle. The soul is this, whereof he is most assured, and when upon his rump the leeches hang and puddle, he will be spirits and of spirit pure.
And Faust has left the dance.
Wherefore forsakest thou the lovely maiden, that in the dance so sweetly sang?
Ah, in the midst of it there sprang a red mouse from her mouth. Sufficient reason.
That is nothing. One must not so squeamish be. So the mouse was not grey enough for thee. You think of that in love's selected season.
Then saw I...
What?
Mephisto, seest thou there, alone and far, a girl most pale and fair. She falters on, her way scarce knowing, as if with fettered feet stay her going. I must confess it seems to me as if my kindly Margaret were she.
Let the thing be. All dance have evil drawn. It is a magic shape, a lifeless eidolon. Such the encounter is not good. Their blanks that stare benumbs the human blood, and one is almost turned to stone. Medusa's tale to thee is known.
Forsooth the eyes, they are of one whom dying, no hand with loving pressure closed. That is the breast whereon I once was lying, the body sweet beside which I reposed.
It is magic all, thou fool, seduced soul thee. Unto each man his love she seems to be.
The woe, the rapture so ensnare me, that from her gaze I cannot tear me. And strange around her fairest throat a single scarlet band is gleaming, no broader than a knife blade seeming.
Quite right, the mark I also know. Her head beneath her arm she will sometimes carry. It is Perseus loved her old adversary. The greatest is the same illusion still. Come, let us mount this little hill. The prater shows no livelier tear, and if they have not pierced my sense, I verily say a theatre. What's going on?
Sir Vibilis.
'Twill shortly recommence. A new performance. 'Tis the last of 7. To give that number is the custom here. 'Twas by a dilettante written, and dilettanti in the parts appear. That now I banish, pardon I entreat you. As dilettante, I the curtain raise.
When I upon the Plattsburgh meet you, I find it good, for that is your proper place.
End of scene 21. End of section. Scenes 22 to 25 of Faust. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Faust, Part 1, by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Translated by Bayard Taylor. Scene 22. Walpurgis Knight's Dream. Oberon and Titania's Golden Wedding. Intermezzo. Manager.
Sons of Miding, rest today. Needless your machinery, misty vale and mountain gray. That is all the scenery.
Herald.
Let the wedding golden be, must 50 years be rounded, but the golden give to me when the strife's compounded.
Oberon.
Spirits, if you're here, be seen. Show yourselves delighted. Fairy king and fairy queen, they are newly plighted.
Puck.
Cometh Puck, and light of limb, whisks and whirls in measure. Come 100 after him to share with him the pleasure.
Ariel.
Ariel's song is heavenly pure, his tones are sweet and rare ones. Though ugly faces he allure, yet he allures the fair ones.
Oberon.
Spouses who would fain agree, learn how we were mated. If your heirs would loving be, first be separated.
Titania.
If her whims lost control, and the men berate her, take him to the northern pole, and her to the equator.
Orchestra tutti, fortissimo.
Snout to fly, mosquito bill, and kin of all conditions. Frog and grass and cricket trill, these are the musicians.
Solo.
See the bagpipe on our tread, 'tis the sublon bubble. Hear the snicky snick, through his nostrils double.
Spirit just growing into form.
Spider's foot and paunch of toad, and little wings, we know 'em. A little creature 'twill not be, but yet a little poem.
A little couple.
Little step and loftily, through honeydew and fragrance, you'll never mount the airy steep with all your dripping fragrance.
Inquisitive traveler.
Is but masquerading play, see I with precision. Oberon the beauteous Fae meets tonight my vision.
Orthodox.
Not a claw, no tail I see, and yet beyond the cavil, like the gods of Greece, must ye also be a devil.
Northern artist.
I only cease with sketchy airs some outlines of the tourney, yet I be times myself prepared for my Italian journey.
Purist.
My bad luck brings me here, alas. How roars the orgy louder? And of the witches in the mass, but only 2 wear powder.
Young witch, huckster witch.
Powder becomes, like petticoats, a gray and wrinkled naughty. So I sit naked on my goat and show a strapping body.
Matron.
We've too much tact and policy to rate with jibes a scolder. Yet young and tender though you be, I hope to see you molder.
Leader of the band.
Fly snout and mosquito bill, don't swarm so round the naked. Frog in grass and cricket trill, observe the time and nick it.
Weathercock. Towards one side.
Society to one's desire. Brides only and the sweet, and bachelors of youth and fire, and prospects to complete.
Towards the other side.
And if the earth don't open now, to swallow up each ranter, why then will I myself, I vow, jump into hell instantly.
Zines.
Us as little insects see, with sharpest snippers flitting, that our Papa Satan we may honor as is fitting.
Hennings.
How in crowds together massed they are jesting shameless. They will even say at last that their hearts are blameless.
Musagettes.
Among this witch's revelry, his way one gladly loses, and truly it would easier be than to command the nuisance.
Ci-devant, genius of the age.
The proper folks one's talents laud. Come on and none shall pass us. The Blocksberg has a summit broad, like Germany's Parnassus.
Inquisitive traveler.
Say, who's that stiff and pompous man? He walks with haughty paces. He snuffles all he snuffle can. He scents the Jesuits' traces.
Crane.
Both clear and muddy streams, for me are good to fish and sport in, and thus the pious man you see, with even devils consorting.
Worldling.
Yes, for the pious I suspect, all instruments are fitting, and on the Blocksberg they erect full many a place of meeting.
Dancer.
A newer chorus now succeeds. I hear the distant drumming. Don't be disturbed. 'Tis in the reeds the bittern's changeless booming.
Dancing master.
how each his legs in nimble trip lifts up and makes a clearance. The crooked jump, the heavy skip, nor care for the appearance.
Good fellow.
The rabble by such fate are held to maim and slay delights them. As Orpheus lyre the brutes compelled, the bagpipe here unites them.
Dogmatist.
I'll not be led by any ruler of doubt or critic cavills. The devil must be something, sure, or how should there be devils?
Idealist.
This once the fancy wrought in me is really too despotic. Forsooth, if I am all I see, I must be idiotic.
Realist.
This racking fuss on every hand, it gives me great vexation, and for the first time here I stand, on insecure foundation.
Supernaturalist.
With much delight I see the play, and grant to these their merits, since from the devils I also may infer the better spirits.
Skeptic.
The flame they follow on, and think they're near the treasure. But devil rhymes with doubt alone, so I am here with pleasure.
Leader of the band.
Frog in green and cricket trill, but dilettante's perdition. Fly snout and mosquito bill, each one's a fine musician.
The adroit.
Sans souci, we call the clan of merry creatures so then. Go afoot no more if we can, and on our heads we go then.
The awkward.
Once many a bit we sponged, but now God help us, that is done with. Our shoes are all danced out, we trow. We've but naked souls to run with.
Will-o'-the-wisps.
From the marshes we appear where we originated, yet in the ranks at once we're here as glittering gallants rated.
Shooting star.
Darting hither from the sky, in star and firelight shooting, crosswise now in grass I lie, who'll help me to my footing?
The heavy fellow.
Room, and round about us room, trodden are the grasses. Spirits also, spirits come, and they are our bulky masses.
Puck.
To not so still-fed point, like elephant calves about one, and the heaviest weight to it be Puck himself, the stout one.
Aerial.
If loving nature at your back or mind the wings uncloses, follow up my airy track to the Mount of Roses.
Orchestra.
Pianissimo.
Cloud and trailing mist o'erhead are now illuminated. Air in leaves and wind in reed, and all is dissipated.
Scene 23. Dreary day. A field.
In misery, in despair, long wretchedly astray on the face of the earth, and now imprisoned. That gracious, ill-starred creature shut in a dungeon as a criminal, and given up to fearful torments. To this has it come, to this. Treacherous, contemptible spirit, and thou hast concealed it from me. Stand then, stand! Roll the devilish eyes wrathfully in thy head. Stand and defy me with thine intolerable presence. Imprisoned in irretrievable misery, delivered up to evil spirits and to condemning, unfeeling man. And thou hast lulled me meanwhile with the most insipid dissipations, hast concealed from me her increasing wretchedness, and suffered her to get hopelessly to ruin.
She is not the first.
Dog, abominable monster, transform him, thou infinite spirit. Transform the reptile again into his dog shape, in which it pleased him often at night to scamper before me, to roll himself at the feet of the unsuspecting wanderer, and hang upon his shoulders when he fell. Transform him again into his favorite likeness, that he may crawl upon his belly in the dust before me, that I may trample him, the outlawed, underfoot. Not the first. Oh, woe! Woe which no human soul can grasp, that more than one being should sink into the depths of this misery, that the first in its writhing death agony under the eyes of the eternal forgiver, did not expiate the guilt of all others. The misery of this single one pierces to the very marrow of my life, and thou art calmly grinning at the fate of thousands.
Now, we are already again at the end of our week, where the understanding of you men runs wild. Why didst thou enter into fellowship with us, if thou canst not carry out? Wilt fly, and art not secure against dizziness? Did we trust ourselves upon thee, or thou thyself upon us?
Gnash not thus thy devouring teeth at me. It fills me with horrible disgust. Mighty, glorious Spirit, who hast vouchsafed to me thine apparition, who knowest my heart and my soul, why fetter me to the felon comrade who feeds on mischief and gluts himself with ruin?
Hast thou done it?
Rescue her, or woe to thee. The fearfulest curse be upon thee for thousands of ages.
I cannot loosen the bonds of the Avenger, nor undo his walls. Rescue her! Who was it that plunged her into ruin? I or thou?
Faust looks around wildly.
Wilt thou grasp the thunder? Well, that it has not been given to you, miserable mortals, to crush to pieces the innocent respondent. That is the tyrant fashion of relieving oneself in embarrassment.
Take me thither. She shall be free.
And the danger to which thou wilt expose thyself. Know that the guilt of blood from thy hand still lies upon the town. Avenging spirits hover over the spot where the victim fell, and lie in wait for the returning martyr.
That too from thee? Murder and death of a world upon thee, monster! Take me thither, I say, and liberate her!
I will convey thee there, and hear what I can do. Have I all the power in heaven and on earth? I will becloud the jailer's senses, get possession of the key, and lead her forth with human hand. I will keep watch. The magic steeds are ready. I will carry you off. So much is in my power.
Up and away!
Scene 24. Night. Open field. Faust and Mephistopheles speeding onward on black horses.
What weave they there round the Ravenstone?
I know not what they are brewing and doing.
Soaring up, sweeping down, bowing and bending.
A witches' guild.
They scatter, devote, and doom.
On, on.
Scene 25. Dungeon. Faust with a bunch of keys and a lamp before an iron door.
A shudder, long unfelt, comes o'er me. Mankind's collected woe o'erwhelms me here. She dwells within the dark, damp walls before me, and all her crime was a delusion dear. What? I delay to free her? I dread once again to see her? On! My shrinking but lingers death more near.
He grasps the lock. The sound of singing is heard inside. Margaret singing.
My mother, the fallout, who put me to death. My father, the violet, who leave me hath. Little sister, so good, laid my bones in the wood, in the damp moss and clay. And was I a beautiful bird of the wood? Fly away, fly away.
Faust unlocking.
She does not dream her lover listens near, that he the rattling chain, the rustling straw can hear.
She enters, hiding herself on the floor.
Woe, woe, they come. O death of bitterness.
Whisper.
Hush, hush. The hour is come that frees thee.
Throwing herself before him.
Art thou a man? Then pity my distress.
Thy cries will wake the guards, and they will seize thee.
He takes hold of the fetters to unlock them. On her knees.
Who, headsman, unto thee such power over me could give? Thou art come for me at midnight hour. Have mercy on me. Let me live. Is not soon enough when morning chime has run?
She rises.
And yet I am so young, and now death comes, and ruin. I too was fair, and that was my undoing. My love was near, but now he's far. Torn lies the wreath, scattered the blossoms are. Seize me not thus so violently. Spare me, what have I done to thee? Let me not vainly entreat thee. I never chanced in all my days to meet thee.
Shall I outlive this misery?
Now am I wholly in thy might. But let me suckle, first, my baby. I blissed it all this livelong night. They took 'tway, to vex me, maybe. And now they say I killed the child outright, and never shall I be glad again. They sing songs about me. 'Tis bad of the folk to do it. There's an old story has the same refrain. Who bade them so construe it?
Falling upon his knees.
Here lieth one who loves thee ever, the thraldom of thy woe to sever.
Flinging herself beside him.
Oh, let us kneel and call the saints to hide us. Under the steps beside us. The threshold under, hell heaves in thunder. The evil one with terrible wrath seeketh a path, his prey to discover.
Aloud.
Margaret, Margaret.
Attentively listening.
That was the voice of my lover.
She springs to her feet, the fetters fall off.
Where is he? I heard him call me. I am free. No one shall enthrall me. To his neck will I fly, on his bosom lie. On the threshold he stood, and Margaret calling. Midst of hell's howling and noises appalling, midst of the wrathful, infernal derision, I knew the sweet sound of the voice of the vision.
'Tis I.
'Tis thou. Oh, say it once again.
Clasping.
'Tis he, 'tis he. Where now is all my pain? The anguish of the dungeon, and the chain. 'Tis thou, thou comest to save me, and I am saved. Again the street I see, where first I looked on thee, and the garden, brightly blooming, where I and Martha wait thy coming.
Struggling to leave.
Come, come with me.
Delay now, so fain I stay when thou delayest.
Caressing.
Away now. If longer here thou stayest, we shall be made to dearly rue it.
Kiss me, canst no longer do it? My friend, so short a time thou'rt missing, and hast unlearned thy kissing. Why is my heart so anxious on thy breast, where once a heaven thy glances did create me, a heaven thy loving words expressed, and thou didst kiss as thou wouldst suffocate me? Kiss me, or I'll kiss thee.
She embraces him.
Ah, woe, thy lips are chill and still. How changed in fashion thy passion. Who has done me this ill?
She turns away.
Come, follow me, my darling, be more bold. I'll clasp thee soon with warmth 1,000-fold, but follow now, 'tis all I beg of thee.
Turning to him.
And is it thou? Thou, surely, certainly.
'Tis I, come on.
Thou wilt unloose my chain, and in thy lap wilt thou take me once again. How comes it that thou dost not shrink from me? Say, dost thou know, my friend, whom thou makest free?
Come, come, the night already vanisheth.
My mother have I put to death, I've drowned the baby born to thee. Was it not given to thee and me? Thee too, 'tis thou, it scarcely true doth seem. Give me thy hand. 'Tis not a dream, thy dear, dear hand. But, 'tis wet. Why, wipe it off. Methinks that yet there's blood thereon. Oh God, what hast thou done? Nay, sheathe thy sword at last. Do not affray me.
Let the past be past. Thy words will slay me.
No, no, thou must outlive us. Now, I'll tell thee the graves to give us. Thou must begin tomorrow, the work of sorrow. The best place give my mother, then close at her side my brother, and me a little away, but not too very far, I pray. And here, on my right breast, my baby lay. Nobody else will lie beside me. Ah, within thine arms to hide me, that was a sweet and gracious bliss. But no more can I attain it. I would force myself on thee and constrain it, and it seems thou repellest my kiss. And yet 'tis thou, so good, so kind to see.
If thou feelst it is I, then come with me.
Out yonder?
To freedom.
If the grave is there, death lying in wait, then come. From here to eternal rest, no further step. No, no. Thou goest away. Oh, Henry, if I could go.
Thou canst. Just will it. Open stands the door.
I dare not go. There's no hope any more. Why should I fly? They'll still my steps waylay. It is so wretched, forced to beg my living, and a bad conscience sharper misery giving. It is so wretched to be strange, forsaken, and I'd still be followed and taken.
I'll stay with thee.
Be quick, be quick. Save thy perishing child. Away. Follow the ridge, up by the brook, over the bridge, into the wood, to the left, where the plank is placed, in the pool. Seize it in haste. 'Tis trying to rise. 'Tis struggling still. Save it! Save it!
Recall thy wandering will. One step and thou art free at last.
If the mountain we had only passed, there sits my mother upon a stone. I feel an icy shiver. There sits my mother upon a stone, and her head is wagging ever. She beckons, she nods not, her heavy head falls o'er. She slept so long that she wakes no more. She slept while we were caressing. Ah, those were the days of blessing.
Here words and prayers are nothing worth. I'll venture then to bear thee forth.
No, let me go. I'll suffer no force. Grasp me not so murderously. I've done else, all things for the love of thee.
The day dawns. Dearest, dearest.
Day? Yes, the day comes. The last day breaks for me. My wedding day it was to be. Tell no one thou hast been with Margaret. Woe for my garland. The chances are over. 'Tis all in vain. We shall meet once again, but not at the dances. The crowd is thronging. No word is spoken. The square below and the streets overflow. The death bell tolls. The wand is broken. I am seized and bound and delivered, shoved to the block. They give the sign. Now over each neck has quivered the blade that is quivering over mine. Dumb lies the world, like the grave.
Oh, I ne'er been born.
Appears outside.
Oh, are you are lost, dear Morn? Useless talking, delaying, and praying. My horses are nigh. The morning twilight is near.
What rises up from the threshold here? He! Suffer him not! What does he want in this holy spot? He seeks me!
Thou shalt live!
Judgment of God, myself to thee I give.
To Faust.
Come, or I will leave high the lodge and thee.
Thine am I, Father. Rescue me! Ye angels, Holy cohorts guard me, camp around and from evil ward me. Henry, I shudder to think of thee.
She is judged.
Swam above.
She is saved!
To Faust.
Hither to me.
He disappears with Faust. From within, dying away.
Henry! Henry!
End of scene 25. End of Faust, Part 1, by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Translated by Bayard Taylor.
Act 1, Scene 1 of Faust Part 2 by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Translated by Bayard Taylor. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Second part of the tragedy in 5 acts. Act 1, Scene 1. A pleasant landscape. Twilight. Faust, bedded on flowery turf, fatigued, restless, endeavoring to sleep. circle of hovering spirits in motion, graceful diminutive figures. Ariel. Chant, accompanied by Aeolian harps.
When the spring returns serener, raining blossoms over all, when the fields with blessing greener, and the earth-born children call, then the craft of elves propitious hastes to help where help it can. Be he holy, be he vicious, pity they the luckless man, who round this head in airy circles hover, yourselves in guise of noble elves discover. The fierce convulsions of his heart compose, remove the burning barbs of his remorses, and cleanse his being from the suffered woes. 4 pauses make the night upon her courses, and now, delay not, let them kindly close. First on the coolest pillow let him slumber, then sprinkle him with Lethe's drowsy spray. His limbs no more shall cramps and chills encumber, when sleep has made him strong to meet the day. Perform, ye elves, your fairest rite, restore him to the holy light.
Chorus, singly by 2 or more, alternately and collectively.
When around the green girt meadow balm the tepid winds exhale, then in fragrance and in shadow twilight spreads her misty veil, whispers peace in accents cheery, rocks the heart in childhood's play, and upon these eyelids weary shuts the golden gates of day. Now the night already darkles, holy star succeeds to star.
Dazzling lights and fainter sparkles
Glimmer near and gleam afar.
Glimmer here the lake reflecting,
Gleam in cloudless dark aboon,
while the bliss of rest protecting
reigns in pomp the perfect moon. Now the hours are cancelled for thee, pain and bliss have fled away. Thou art whole, let faith restore thee, trust anew the rising day.
Vales grow green, and hills are lifting, through the shadow rest of morn.
And in waves of silver drifting on to harvest rolls the corn.
Wouldst thou win desires unbounded,
yonder see the glory burn. Lightly is thy life surrounded, sleeps a shell to break and spurn.
when the crowd sways unbelieving, show the daring will that warms. He is crowned with all achieving, who perceives and then performs.
A tremendous tumult announces the approach of the sun.
Hearken, hark! The hours careering, sounding loud to spirit hearing. See the new-born day appearing. Rocky portals jarring shatter, Phoebus wheels in rolling clatter. With a crash the light draws near, pealing rays and trumpet blazes. Eye is blinded, ear amazes, the unheard can no one hear. Slip within each blossom bell, deeper, deeper there to dwell. In the rocks, beneath the leaf, if it strikes you, you are deaf.
Faust.
Life's pulses now with fresher force awaken, to greet the mild ethereal twilight o'er me. This night, thou earth, hast also stood unshaken, and now thou breathest new refreshed before me. And now beginnest, all thy gladness granting, a vigorous resolution to restore me, to seek that highest life which I am panting. The world unfolded lies in twilight glimmer, 1,000 voices in the grove are chanting. Veil in, veil out, the misty streaks grow dimmer. The deeps with heavenly light are penetrated. The boughs refreshed, lift up their leafy shimmer from gulfs of air where sleepily they waited. Colour on colour from the background cleareth, where flower and leaf with trembling pearls are freighted. And all around a paradise appeareth. Look up! The mountain summits, grand, supernal, herald e'en now the solemn hour that neareth. They earliest enjoy the light eternal, that later sinks, till here below we find it. Now to the alpine meadows, sloping, vernal, a newer beam descends ere we divined it, and step by step unto the base hath bounded. The sun comes forth. Alas, already blinded, I turn away, with eyesight pierced and wounded. 'Tis thus, when, unto yearning hope's endeavour, its highest wish on sweet attainment grounded, the portals of fulfilment widely sever. But if there burst from those eternal spaces a flood of flame, we stand confounded ever. For life's pure torch we sought the shining traces, and seas of fire, and what a fire, surprise us. Is't love, is't hate, that burningly embraces, and that with pain and joy alternate tries us? So that, our glances once more earthward throwing, we seek in youthful drapery to disguise us. Behind me, therefore, let the sun be glowing, the cataract between the crags deep riven. I thus behold with rapture ever growing, from plunge to plunge in thousand streams 'tis given, and yet 1,000 to the valleys shaded, while foam and spray in air are whirled and driven. Yet how superb, across the tumult braided, the painted rainbow's changeful life is bending, now clearly drawn, dissolving now and fading, and evermore the showers of dew descending. Of human striving there's no symbol fuller, consider, and 'tis easy comprehending. Life is not light, but the refracted colour.
End of Act 1, Scene 1. Act 1, Scene 2 of Faust Part 2 by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Translated by Bayard Taylor. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 1, Scene 2, The Emperor's Castle, Hall of the Throne. Council of State awaiting the Emperor. Trumpets. Enter court retainers of all kinds, splendidly dressed. The Emperor advances to the throne, the astrologer on his right hand.
I greet you, well-beloved and trusty, assembled here from far and wide. I see the wise man at my side, but where's the fool, his rival lusty?
Squire.
Behind thy mantle's flowing swell, suddenly on the stairs he fell. They bore away the weight of fat, if dead or drunk, none knoweth that.
Second Squire.
As quick as thought, through all the pother, him to replace there came another, adorned and prinked with wondrous art, yet so grotesque that all men start. The guards their halberds crosswise hold to bar him, them he thrusts apart. Lo, here he comes, the fool so bold.
Mephistopheles, kneeling before the throne.
What's cursed and warmly expected, what is desired yet always chaste, whatever more with care protected, what is accursed, condemned, disgraced. To whom darest thou not give a hearing? Whose name hears each man willingly? What is, before thy throne appearing, what keeps itself away from thee?
Spare us thy words. The time is pressing. This is no place for riddle guessing. These gentlemen such things explain. Solve it thyself. To hear I'm fain. My old fool went, I fear, an endless distance. Take thou his place. Come here and lend assistance.
Mephistopheles goes up and stations himself on the Emperor's left hand.
Murmurs of the crowd.
Another fool.
For worries new.
Whence came he?
How did he get through?
The old one fell.
He's walked his path.
He was a barrel.
This a laugh.
So now, my well-beloved and loyal, we welcome all from near and far. You meet beneath a fortunate star. Welfare and luck are now the aspects royal. But tell me why, in days so fair, when we withdrawn ourselves from care, in beards of beauty masquerading wear, when gay delights for us are waiting, why should we plague ourselves, deliberating? Yet since the task you think we cannot shun, 'tis settled then, so be it done.
Chancellor.
The highest virtue, like a halo zone,
circles the emperor's head, and he alone is worthy validly to exercise it. 'Tis justice. All men love and prize it. None can forego, but all require and want it. The people look to him that he should grant it. But what help can human wit impart, or readiness of hand, or kindly heart, when lies the state as if in fever fretting, and brooded evil is begetting? Who looks abroad from off this height supreme? Throughout the realm 'tis like a weary dream, where one deformity another mouldeth, where lawlessness itself by law upholdeth, and 'tis an age of error that unfoldeth. One plunders flocks, a woman one, cup, cross, and candlestick from altar, and then to boast it does not palter, of limb or life no wise undone. To court, behold the plaintiff's urging, where puffs the judge on cushions warm, and swells meanwhile with fury surging rebellion's fast increasing storm. His easy way through crime is broken, who his accomplices selects, and guilty hears one only spoken, where innocence itself protects. They all pull down what they should care for, destroy their weal in self-despite. How can the sense develop, therefore, which only leads us to the right? At last the man of good intent to flatterer and briber bendeth. The judge, debarred from punishment, mates with the felon ere he endeth. I've painted black, but thence a stream I'd rather draw o'er the scene.
Pause.
Here measures cannot be evaded. When all offend, none are aided. His Majesty, a victim, stands.
General-in-Chief.
In these wild days, how discords thicken. Each strikes, and in return is stricken. And they are deaf to all commands. The burgher in his fortifications, the knight upon his rocky nest, have sworn to worry out our patience, and keep their strength with stubborn crest. The mercenaries, no whit better, impatiently demand their pay. And if we were not still their debtor, they'd start forthwith and march away. Let one forbid what all would practice, and in a hornet's nest he stands. The realm which they should guard, the fact is, 'tis devastated by their hands. They give the rein to wild disorder, and half the world is wasted now. There still are kings beyond our border, but none thinks it concerns him anyhow.
Treasurer.
Trust allies, and we soon shall do us. The subsidies they promise to us, like water in leaky pipes, don't come. Then, sire, in all thy states extended, whom hath now the rule descended? Where'er one goes, a new lord is at home, and hopes to live an independent. He takes his course, and we look on. Such rights we've given to our attendants, that all our right to anything is gone. On parties too, whatever the name be, our trust today is far from great, though loud their praise or fierce their blame be. Indifferent is their love and hate. The Ghibellines and Goeths from labour are resting, both laid on the shelf. Who therefore now will help his neighbour? Each has enough to help himself. The gate of gold no more unlatches, and each one gathers, digs and scratches, while our strong box is void indeed.
Lord High Steward.
What evil I as well am having, we're always trying to be saving, and ever greater is our need. Thus daily grows this task of mine. The cooks have all they want at present, wild boar and deer and hare and pheasant, duck, peacock, turkey, goose, and chicken, these paid in kind are certain picking, and do not seriously decline. Yet after all we're short of wine, where casks on cask were once our cellars filling, rare vintages of flavors finely thrilling. The noble lord's eternal swilling has drained them off, till not a drop appears. The city council too must tap their liquor. They drink from mug and jug and beaker, till no one longer sees or hears. 'Tis I must pay for all the dances. The Jew will have me, past all chances. His notes of hand and his advances will soon eat up the coming years. Before they're fat, the swine are taken. Pawned is the pillow ere one waken. The bread is eaten ere the board it sees.
Emperor, after some reflection, to Mephistopheles.
Say, fool, canst thou not add a want to these?
I? Not at all. I see the circling splendour, thyself and thine. Should one his trust surrender, the majesty thus unopposed commands? Where ready power the hostile force disbands, the loyal wills through understanding strong, and mixed activities around thee throng. What powers for evil could one see combining, the darkness where such brilliant stars are shining?
Murmurs.
He is a scamp.
Who comprehends.
He lies his way until it ends.
I know it now.
What's in his mind?
What then? A project lurks behind.
Where in this world does not some lack appear? Here this, there that, but money's lacking here. True, from the floor you can't at once collect it, but deepliest hidden, wisdom may detect it. In veins of mountains, under building bases, coined and uncoined, there's gold in many places. And ask you who shall bring it to the light? A man endowed with minds and nature's might.
Nature and mind, to Christians we don't speak so. Thence to bum atheists we seek so. For such discourses very dangerous be. Nature is sin, and mind is devil. Doubt they beget in shameless revel. They're hybrid in deformity. Not so with us. Two only races have in the empire kept their places, and propped the throne with worthy weight. The saints and knights are they. Together they breast each spell of thunder weather, and take for pay the church and state. The vulgar minds that breed confusion are met with an opposing hand. They're wizards, heretics, delusion through them will ruin town and land. And these will you with brazen juggle within this high assembly smuggle. For hearts corrupt you scheme and struggle. The fools near kin are all the band.
By that I know the learned lord you are. What you don't touch is lying leagues afar. What you don't grasp is wholly lost to you. What you don't reckon, think you, can't be true. What you don't weigh, it has no weight, alas. What you don't coin, you're sure it will not pass.
Therewith to help our needs you not determine. What wilt thou hear with such a Lenten sermon? I'm tired of the eternal if and how. Money we want. Good, then procure it now.
I'll furnish what you wish, and more. 'Tis true, a light task, but light things are hard to do. The gold's on hand, yet skilfully to win it, that is the art. Who knows how to begin it? Consider only, in those days of blood, when o'er the empire poured a human flood, how many men, such deadly terror steeled them, took their best goods and there concealed them. 'Twas so beneath the mighty Roman sway, and so ever repeated till our day. All that was buried in the earth to save it, the emperor owns the earth, and he should have it.
Now, for a fool, his words are rather bright. That is indeed the old imperial right.
Satan has laid his golden snares to try us. Such things as these are neither right nor pious.
Let him but bring his gifts to court and share them, and if things were a little wrong, I'd bear them.
The fool is shrewd to promise each his needs. Whence it may come, the soldier never heeds.
And should you think, perchance, I overreach you? Here's the astrologer, ask him to teach you. The spheres of hour and house are in his ken. What are the heavenly aspects? Tell us then.
2 rogues are they?
In league they've grown, dreamer and fool.
So near the throne. The song is old,
and flatly sung. The fool he prompts,
the wise man's tongue.
Astrologer speaks, Mephistopheles prompts.
The sun himself is gold of purest ray. The herald, Mercury, serve for love and pay. Dame Venus has bewitched you all, for she, early and late, looks on you lovingly. Chaste Luna has her whims, no two alike. Mars threatens you, although he may not strike, and Jupiter is still the splendid star. Saturn is great, though seeming small and far. As metal, him we don't much venerate, of value slight, though heavy in his weight. Now, wind of Sol and Luna unions had, silver with gold, then this is the world made glad. All else with them is easy to attain, palaces, gardens, cheeks of rosy stain. And these procures this highly learned man, who that can do which none of us ever can.
2 meanings in his words I find, and yet they don't convince my mind.
Why tell us that?
Stuff stale and flat.
'Tis quackery.
'Tis chemistry.
I've heard the strain, and hoped in vain.
And though it come,
'tis all a hum.
They stand around, amazed, unknowing. They do not trust the treasure spell. One dreams of mandrake, nightly growing, the other of the dog of hell. Why then should one suspect bewitching, and why the other jest and prate? When in their feet they too shall feel the itching, when they shall walk with tottering gait. All feel a secret operation of nature's ever-ruling night, and from the bases of creation a living track winds up to life. In every limb when something twitches, in any place uncanny, old, decide at once and dig for riches. There lies the fiddler, there the gold.
It hangs like lead my feet about.
I've cramp i' the arm, but that is gout.
I have tickling in the greater toe. Down all my back it pains me so.
From signs like these 'tis very clear, the richest treasure ground is here.
Haste then, they'll not again make off. Test now thy frothy lying graces, and show at once the golden places. My sword and scepter I will doff, mine own imperial hands I'll lend thee. If thou liest not, therein befriend thee, but if thou liest, to hell will send thee.
I'd find in any case the pathway there, yet I cannot enough declare what, ownerless, awaits everywhere. The farmer, following his share, turns out a gold cross with the mould. He seeks saltpetre where the clay walls stand, and findeth rolls of goldenest gold, with joyful fright, in his impoverished hand. What vaults there are to be exploded, along what shafts and mines corroded, the gold diviner's steps are goaded, until the underworld is night. In cellars vast he sees the precious cups, beakers, vases, plates and dishes, row after row, resplendent lie. Rich goblets cut from rubies stand there, and would he use them, lo, at hand there is ancient use of strength divine. Yet trust to him whose knowledge gotten, the wood of the staves has long been rotten, a cask of tartar holds the wine. Not only gold and gems are hiding, but a proud wine the heart abiding. In terror and in night profound, herein assiduously explore the wise. It is a farce, my dear, to recognize that mysteries are with darkness circled round.
See thou to them, what profits the obscure. Whatever has value comes to daylight, sure. At dead of night, who can the road betray? Then all the cows are black, the cats are grey. If pots are down there, full of heavy gold, drive on thy plough and turn them from the mould.
Take hoe and spade thyself, I pray thee, thou shalt be great through pleasant toils. A herd of golden calves to pay thee, to loose their bodies from the soil. And then at once canst thou, with rapture, gems for thyself, for thy mistress capture. The tints and sparkles heighten the degree of beauty as of majesty.
Then quick, at once, how long will it require?
Astrologer, prompted by Mephistopheles.
Sir, moderate such urgence of desire. Let first the gay, the motley pastime end. Not to the goal doth such distraction tend. First self-command must quiet and assure us. The upper things the lower will procure us. Who seeks for good, must first be good. Who seeks for joy, must moderate his blood. Who wine desires, let him the ripe grapes tread. Who miracles, by stronger faith be led.
Let us the time in merriment efface, and to our wish, Ash Wednesday comes apace. Meanwhile, we'll surely celebrate withal, or jovially the maddening carnival.
Trumpets, exeunt.
How closely linked are luck and merit, doth never to these fools occur. Had they the philosopher's stone, I swear it, the stone would lack the philosopher.
End of Act 1, Scene 2. Act 1, Scene 3 of Faust Part 2 by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Translated by Bayard Taylor. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 1, Scene 3. Spacious hall with adjoining apartments, arranged and decorated for the carnival masquerade. Hero.
Think not, as in our German bounds, your chance is of deaths of fools or devils' dances. Here cheerful revels you await. Our ruler on his Roman expedition hath for his profit your fruition crossed o'er the Alpine high partition and won himself a gayer state. He to the holy slipper bowed him, and first the right of power besought. Then, as he went to get the crown allowed him, for us the fool's cap he has also brought. Now are we all new born to wear it, each tactful and experienced man, drawn cozily o'er head and ears doth bear it. A fool he seems, yet he must share it, and be thereby as sober as he can. These crowding come I see already, close coupling or withdrawn unsteady, the choruses like youth from school. Come in or out, bring on your ranks, before or after is the rule. With all its 100,000 francs, the world is one enormous fool.
Garden Girls, song accompanied with mandolins.
That we win your praise and splendor, we are decked in festal gear. At the German court of splendor, girls of Florence we appear. On our locks of chestnut roses, where we many a flowery bell, silken threads and silken flosses, here must play their parts as well. Our desert, not overrated, seems to us assured and clear, for by art we've fabricated point of colored snipping, one its own symmetric right. Though your wit on each be tripping, in the whole you take delight. We are fair to see and blooming, guardian girls and gay of heart, for the natural way of woman is so near akin to art.
Let us see the wealth of blossoms, basket-crowning heads that bear them, garlanding your arms and bosoms, each select and lightly wear them. Haste, and bosky arbors dressing, let a garden here enring us, worthy they of closer pressing, hucksters and the wares they bring us.
Now in cheerful places chaffer, but no marketing be ours. Briefly, clearly, let each laugher know the meaning of his flowers.
Olive branch with fruit.
Flowers praise I do not covet, strife I shun or branch above it. Full of conflict I remain. Yet I am the marrow of nations, pledge of happy consummations, sign of peace on every plain. Be today my lucky fate, worthy head to decorate.
Wreath of ears, golden.
You to crown the gifts of Ceres, ere thy kindly grace have sent. Unto use what chiefly there is, be your fairest ornament.
Fancy wreath.
Gayest blossoms like to mallows, from the moss a marvel grew. Fashion calls to light and hollows that which nature never knew.
Fancy nosegay.
What our name is, Theophrastus would not dare to say, contrast us. Yet we hope to please you purely, if not all, yet many, surely. Such as fain we'd have possess us, braiding us in shining tresses, or a fater fate deciding, on the heart and breast abiding.
Challenge.
Motley fancies blossom may, for the fashion of the day, whimsical and strangely moulded, such as nature ne'er unfolded, bells of gold and stems of green, in the plenteous locks be seen.
Rosebuds.
Yet we lie concealed behind, lucky who shall freshly find, when the summer time returneth, and the rosebud bursting burneth. Who such blisses would surrender, promise sweet and yielding tender, they in Flora's realm control, swiftly eyes and sense and soul.
On the green leafy arcades, the garden girls adorn and gracefully exhibit their wares. Gardeners. Song accompanied with theorbos.
Blossoms there that sprout in quiet, round your heads their charms are weaving. But the fruits are not deceiving, one may try the mellow diet. Sunburned races tempt with flowing, cherries, peaches, plums your vision. By for vain the eye's decision, to the tongues and palate showing. Ripest fruit from sunniest closes, eat with taste and pleasure smitten. Poems one may write on roses, but the apple must be bitten. Then permit that we be mated with your youth so flowery fair. Thus is also decorated, neighbor-like a riper ware. Under wreaths of flowery tether, as a leafy arbor suit, all may then be found together, buds and leaves and flower and fruit.
With alternating songs, accompanied with mandolines and theorbos, both choruses continue to set forth their wares upon steps rising aloft, and to offer them to the spectators. Mother and daughter.
Maiden, when thou camest to light, tiny caps I wrought thee, body tender, soft and white, lovely face I brought thee. As a bride I thought thee, led to the richest, wooed and wed, as a wife I thought thee. Ah, already many a year profitless is over, none of all the wooers here now around thee hover. Though with one wast wont to dance, gavest another nudge and glance, hast not found thy lover. I, to feast and revel thee, vainly took to match one. Pons and hindmost man of three would not help thee snatch one. Every fool now wears his cap. Sweetheart, open thou thy lap. Still perchance mayest catch one.
Other maiden playmates, young and beautiful, join the garden girls. The sound of familiar gossip is heard. Fishers and bird catchers, with nests, fishing rods, limed twigs, and other implements, appear and disperse themselves among the maidens. Reciprocal attempts to win, to catch, to escape, and to hold fast give opportunity for the most agreeable dialogues. Woodcutters enter boisterously and boorishly.
Room! Make a clearing! Room in your revel! The trees we level that tumble cracking. Where we're appearing, look out for whacking. Our phrase at judging, make clear this fable. Save course we're drudging within your borders. Would fine be able to build their orders, howe'er they fretted. Be taught in season, for you'd be freezing had we not sweated.
Pulcinelli, uncouth, almost idiotic.
You fools are trooping, since birth so stooping. The wise ones we are, from burdens freer. Our caps, though sleazy, and jackets breezy to wear are easy. It gives us pleasure to go with leisure, with slippered shuffles through market scuffles, to gape at the pother, croak at each other. Through crowded places you always trace us, eel-like gliding, skipping and hiding, storming together. Moreover, whether you praise, reprove us, it doesn't move us.
Parasites, fawningly lustful.
Ye woodland bandsmen, and they your clansmen, the charcoal burners, to you we turn us. For all such plodding, affirmative nodding, torturous phrases, blowing both ways, is warming or chilling, just as you're feeling. What profit from it? There might fall fire, enormous dire, from heaven's summit. Were there not billets and coal in wagons to boil your skillets and warm your flagons? It roasts and frizzles, it boils and sizzles. The taster and picker, the platter liquor. He sniffs the roasting, suspects the fishes, and clears with boasting his patron's dishes.
Drunken man, unconsciously.
Not today bring melancholy, since I feel so frank and free. Fresh delights and songs so jolly, and I brought them both with me. Thus I'm drinking, drinking, drinking. Clink your glasses, clinking, clinking. You behind there join the rout. Clink them stout, and then it's out. Though my wife assailed me loudly, rumbled me through thin and thick, and howe'er I staggered proudly, called me masquerading stick. Yet I'm drinking, drinking, drinking. Clink your glasses, clinking, clinking. Masking sticks, another bout. When you clink them, drink them out. Say not mine a silly boast is, I am here in clover laid. Trusts the host, not trust the hostess. She refusing, trusts the maid. Still I'm drinking, drinking, drinking. Come ye others, clinking, clinking. Each to each, keep up the rout. While I'm thinking, drink them out. How and where my fun is spying, let me have it as I planned. Let me lie where I am lying, for I cannot longer stand.
Chorus.
Every chum be drinking, drinking, toast afresh with clinking, clinking. Bravely keep your seats and shout, under the table he's drunk out.
The herald announces various poets, poets of nature, courtly and knightly minstrels, sentimentalists as well as enthusiasts. In the crowd of competitors of all kinds, no one allows another to commence his declamation. One slips past with a few words.
Satirist.
Know ye what myself, the poet, would the most rejoice and cheer? If I dared to sing and utter that which no one wants to hear.
The night and churchyard poets excuse themselves, because they have just become engaged in a most interesting conversation with a newly arisen vampire, and therefrom a new school of poetry may possibly be developed. The herald is obliged to accept their excuses, and meanwhile calls forth the Grecian mythology, which, even in modern masks, loses neither its character nor its power to charm. The Graces.
Aglaia.
Life we bless with graces living, so be graceful in your giving.
Hegemony.
Graceful be in your receival, wish attained is sweet retrieval.
Euphrosyne.
And in day serene and spacious, in your thanks be chiefly gracious.
The Parcae. Atropos.
I, the eldest, to the spinning, have received the invitation. When the thread of life's beginning, there is need of meditation. Finest flax I winnow featly, that your thread be softly given. Draw it through my fingers neatly, make it thin and smooth and even. If too wanton your endeavor, grasping here of joy each token, think the thread won't stretch forever. Have a care, it might be broken.
Clotho.
Know that, given to me for wearing, lately were the shears supplied, since men were not by the bearing of our eldest edified. Useless webs she long untangled, dragging them to air and light. Dreams of fortunes, hope bespangled, clipped and buried out of sight. Also I, in ignorance idle, made mistakes in younger years. But today, myself to bridle, in their sheath I stick the shears. Thus restrained in proper measure favor I this cheerful case. You these hours of liberal pleasure use at will, and run your race.
Lachesis.
In my hands, the only skillful, was the order twisting placed, active are my ways, not willful, erring not through overhaste. Threads are coming, threads are reading, in its course I each restrain. None from off the circle wheeling fails to lit within the skein. If I once regardless gathered, for the world my hopes were vain. Hours are counted, years are added, and the weaver takes the chain.
You would not recognize who now appear, though ne'er so learned you were in ancient writing. To look at them in evil so delighting, you'd call them worthy guests, and welcome here. They are the Furies, no one will believe us. Fair, well-proportioned, friendly, young in years, but make acquaintance and straightway appears how snake-like are such doves to wound, deceive us. Though they are spiteful, yet on this occasion, when every fool exults in all his blame, they also do not crave angelic fame, but own themselves the torments of the nation.
Alucto.
What good of that, for you will trust us still, each of us young and fair, a wheedling kitten. Hath one of you a girl with whom he's smitten, we'll rub and softly stroke his ears until 'tis safe to tell him, spite of all his loathing, that she has also this and the other flame. A blockhead he, or humpbacked, squint and lame, and if betrothed to him, she's good for nothing. We're skilled as well the bride to vex and sever. Why, scarce a week ago, her very lover contemptuous things to her was saying of her. Though they make up, there's something rankles ever.
Megaera.
Cuts in me a jest. For, let them once be married, I go to work and can, in every case, the fairest bliss by wilful whim displace. Man has his various moods, the hours are varied, and, holding the desired at once, did charm him. Each for the more desired, the yearning fool leaves the best fortune, use is rendered cool. He flies the sun, and seeks the frost to warm him. Of ills for all, I understand the brewing, and here, as motive, as my follower leads, to scatter mischief at a proper need, and send the human race, in pairs, to ruin.
Tisiphone.
Steel and poison I, not malice. Mix and sharpen for the traitor. Lust thou others soon or later. Ruin pours for thee the chalice. Through the moment's sweet libation see the gall and wormwood stealing. Here no bargaining, no dealing, like the act in retaliation. No one babble of forgiving. To the rocks I cry, revenge is echo's answer. He who changes shall be missed among the living.
Do me the favor now to stand aside, for that which comes is not to you allied. You see a mountain pressing through the throng, the flanks with brilliant housings grandly hung, a head with tusks, a snaky trunk below, a mystery, yet I the key will show. A delicate woman sits upon his neck, and with a wand persuades him to her beck. The other, throned aloft, superb to see, stands in a glory dazzling, blinding me. Beside him walk two dames in chains, one fearful and sore depressed, the other glad and cheerful. One longs for freedom, and one feels she's free. Let each declare us who she be.
Fear.
Smoky torches, lamps are gleaming, through the festal's wildering train. Ah, amid these faces scheming, I am fastened by my chain. Off, ridiculously merry, I mistrust your grinning spite. Each relentless adversary presses nearer in the night. Friend would hear as foe waylay me, but I know the masking shapes. Yonder's one that wished to slay me, now discovered he escapes. From the world I fain would wander, through whatever gate I find, but perdition threatens yonder, and the horror holds my mind.
Hope.
Good my sister, I salute you, though today already suit you. Masquerading customarily, yet I know your purpose surely, to reveal yourselves tomorrow. And if we by torches lighted fail to feel a special pleasure, yet in days of cheerful leisure, at our will the light will borrow, or alone or disunited, free through fairest pastures ranging, rest in action, interchanging, and in life no cares of fetter, not forgo, but strive for better. Welcome guests are all around us, let us mingle with the rest. Surely, what is best hath found us, or will somewhere find the best.
Prudence.
Two of human foes the greatest fear and hope I bind the faster, thus to save you at the latest, clear the way for me, their master. I conduct the live colossus, turret crowned with weighty masses, and unweariedly he crosses, step by step, the steepest passes. But aloft the goddess planted, with her broad and ready pinions, turns to spy where gain is granted, everywhere in man's dominions. Round her all is bright and glorious, splendor streams on all her courses. Victory is she, the victorious goddess of all active forces.
Zoilothersites.
Ho ho, I've hit the time of day. You're altogether bad, I say. But what appeared my goal to me is she up there, Dame Victory. She with her snowy wings spread out, thinks she's an eagle past a doubt, and wheresoever she may stir, that land and folk belong to her. But when a famous thing is done, I straightway put my harness on, to lift the low, the high upset, the bent to straighten, bend the straight. That only gives my heart a glow, and on this earth I'll have it so.
Then take, thou beggar cur, the blow, this magic baton's stroke of skill. So twist and wriggle at thy will, I see how the double dwarfish ape rolls to a hideous ball in shape. A marvel, 'tis an egg we view, it puffs itself and cracks in two. A pair of twins come forth today, the adder and the bat are they. Forth in the dust one whines and creeps, one darkly round the ceiling sweeps. They haste to join in company, the third therein I would not be.
Murmurs.
Come, the dance is yonder gate.
No, I would I were away.
Fearest thou how the phantom race flits about us in this place?
Something whizzes past my hair. Round my feet I saw it fare.
None of us are injured though.
But we all are frightened so.
Wholly spoiled is now the fun,
which the vermin wanted done.
Since as herald I am aiding at your merry masquerading, at the gate I'm watching, fearful lest within your revels cheerful something slips of evil savor, and I neither shrink nor waver. Yet I fear the airy spectres enter, baffling all detectors, and from goblins that deceive you I'm unable to relieve you. First the dwarf became suspicious, now a mightier pageant issues yonder, and it is my duty to explain those forms of beauty. But the thing I comprehend not. How can I its meaning mention? Help me to its comprehension. Through the crowd you see it wend not. Lo, a 4-horse chariot wondrous. Hither drawn, the tumult sunders, yet the crowd seems not to share in't. Nowhere is a crush apparent. Colored lights in distance dimmer, motley stars around it shimmer, magic lantern-like they glimmer. On it storms as to assault. Clear the way, I shudder.
Boy charioteer.
Halt! Steeds, restrain the eager pinions. Own the bridles, old dominion. Check yourselves as I desire you. Sweep away when I inspire you. Honor we these festal spaces. See the fast increasing faces, circles full of admiration. Herald, come, and in thy fashion, ere we take from here our glories, name us, and describe, and show us, for we're not but allegories. Therefore 'tis thy place to know us.
No, thy name from me is hidden. Would describe thee were I bidden.
Try it.
Granted at the start, young and beautiful thou art, a half-grown boy, and yet the woman nature would rather see thee in completed stature. To me thou seemst a future fickle wooer, changing the old betrayed love for a newer.
Go on. So far 'tis very fine. Make the enigma's gay solution thine.
Black lightning of the eyes, the dark locks glowing, yet bright with jeweled anadem, and like thy robe as flower on stem, from shoulder unto buskin flowing, with tinsel braid and purple hem. One for a maiden might surmise thee, yet good or ill as it might be. The maids e'en now would take and prize thee. They'd teach thee soon thy ABC.
And he who like a splendid vision is proudly on the chariot's throne.
He seems a king of mean Elysian. Blessed those who may his favor own. No more has he to earn or capture. His glance detects where aught's amiss. And to bestow his perfect rapture is more than ownership and bliss.
Thou darest not at this point desist. Describe him fully, I insist.
But undescribed is dignity, the healthy full moon face I see, the ample mouth, the cheeks that fresher shine out beneath his turban's pressure. Rich comfort in the robe he's wearing, what shall I say of such a bearing? He seems as ruler known to me.
Plutus, the god of wealth, is he. He hither comes in proud attire, much doth the emperor him desire.
Of thee the what and how declare to me.
I am profusion, I am poesy, the poet I, whose perfect crown is sent, when he his own best goods hath freely spent, yet rich in mine unmeasured pelf. Like Plutus, I esteem myself. I prank and cheer his festal show, and whatsoe'er he